conflict is not good, it's not bad. It's really what we do in the face of that conflict that's gonna determine the outcome or the direction of things. And sometimes it's you. Sometimes the problem is you. You know, each of us have those triggers or those things that can really set us off and put us into a bad space where we're really not operating from the best version of ourselves. We have those tendencies, those things we typically default to when we face conflict, or when we're not aware of how our tendencies can have negative impacts, or not willing to be honest with ourselves about them, right? So when we're in that space, we risk hurting our relationships. We risk missing out on opportunities for growth, personal growth, professional growth. And, you know, I'll be honest, my tendency is to shut down. When a conflict arises, things get a little hot, things get a little too uncomfortable, or even disrespectful, I'm gonna shut it down. I'm out. You know, things get a little too hot, you know, I'm out. That's not always the best response, but that's exactly what I did a few years ago when my best friend and I had a big disagreement. You know, in over 25 years of friendship, we had never had one serious argument. 25 years, never one serious argument. You know, we've never had an issue that we couldn't resolve. So this particular incident put us both in a bad space where things got really uncomfortable. I was frustrated. He was frustrated. Some things were said and I was out. I shut it down. I shut it down and we went about 1.5 years without talking to each other. I had let go of the closest friendship I've ever had because I didn't want to slow down and deal with my tendency to shut down in the face of conflict. I wanted to be right, and I wanted him to fix it. So it wasn't until I accepted an opportunity to receive some coaching that I was challenged to think about this situation differently and to see how it impacted me and how it impacted my brother. And I missed my brother, man. We had never gone this long without talking. You know, we've had some stints where we didn't talk for a long time, but when we meet back up, it's like time never changed, you know? But so the coaching encouraged me, allowed me to think differently and to look at my tendencies, and I ultimately decided to face it and reach out to him. I knew I was taking a risk by reaching out because maybe he wouldn't respond the way I had hoped, but I did it anyway. And he was very receptive to me reaching out to him. I apologized, he apologized, and, you know, we both acknowledged that we thought we had thrown the relationship away. You know, we both had been missing each other this entire time, but both of us were too stubborn to be the first person to reach out. Things are all good now, we're good, but, you know, that relationship could have been broken forever had we both failed to face our personal tendencies on how we dealt with conflict. I could have avoided this 18-month issue if I would have seen conflict through a different lens. Not good, not bad, just conflict. And it is the way that I respond to that conflict is what really matters. What are your reactions to conflict? What are your tendencies when things get a little heated and uncomfortable? Are your relationships suffering because of those tendencies? Is your career negatively impacted because of those tendencies? What changes do you need to make? What changes should you make? These are just a few questions for you all to reflect on, because sometimes the problem is you. It's the first day of the week, which means we've all been gifted with another opportunity to get out there and let our lives speak. I hope your day is as beautiful as mine. Y'all take care.